Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thankful Thursday. We've missed Toss Tuesday. We missed Wonderful Wednesday, and we are on Thankful Thursday. So we have some, oh boy. Another reason I missed is because I had some major channel downloads, major, and I am going to share them later. Um, my name is Fawn. I'm a channeler, I'm a seer, I'm a dreamer, I'm an observer, I'm a truther, all kinds of stuff. So are you. All kinds of magical stuff. What I do is I do a meditation, my midnight meditation, and I break the cards. I knock on them 3 times to wake up the spirits. I shuffle them. And what flies out is what we see. I don't pick the cards, they pick us. So, I am here on YouTube to wake up the spiritual side of the people that need to wake up. And I needed to wake up. So we're all waking up together. I'm finding my soul family. I'm helping my soul family. My soul family is coming to me. If you don't like me, I don't match your frequency. If you like me, we matched. So that's the way I look at it. And there is no hard feelings at all. I mean, if you don't accept what I do, that's okay. So I tried to put a little bit of biblical with the spiritual because we are all one. We are all consciousness. There are messages in everything in Earth School. Everything that has been written, there's little bits of messages where man haven't manipulated them. And there's mystery school. So we're going through a little bit of all of it. And when the truth all comes out, comes flowing out, we will know. And we will have all of the healing frequencies. We will have all of the sound. We are going to heal completely. Everything that is wrong with us, we have the cures out there. So once this all goes down, and the bridge thing was a false flag. Lots of stories in the bridge thing. But I watched something really interesting the other night. We've all most of us have grew up with the biblical part of life. My parents were into the tarot and the spiritual, but they were also into the biblical. And I think there's nothing wrong with that because as long as you're not worshiping gods and goddesses, and you are not even worshiping, but you are loving the one and all, the creator, source, the mother, the father, and the inner child, and the son. Think about it. The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Okay. The Father, the Mother, and the Son. The balancing. So our source balanced all out. So are we talking about an actual avatar body that's male or female? Or are we talking about a spiritual oneness, masculine, feminine, and inner child? So it would be the Father, the Mother, and Christ consciousness within. There it is. There is the divine message that came to me. But there was also something that came to me. And I will explain it at the end. So we're going to get into the cards today. Now, since I missed the other day, 3/27 of 2024 was a 20, which goes down to a 2. Today is 3/28/2024, which goes down to a 21, which goes down to a 3. So this is a divine message. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out of the Soul Helper those 2 numbers. I'm going to read the 2 and 3, and that will start us out. So that will give us a guidance of things that we missed. We're not going to miss days. I might miss a few days, but I will be back and I will catch up. I try really hard, but I have a very crazy kind of life. It seems small. I'm in a fifth wheel camper living, but it's not small. My life is very busy. Let's just put it that way. Number 2 reveals that you are not alone with the issues on the card that you have drawn. Look for support from someone who will work through the issues with you, such as a friend or a teacher in the outside world. A harmonious environment and good advice from a wise heart are more crucial than ever for you now. Ensure that all forms of communication are calm and peaceful, even with yourself. Number 2 teaches that you need an opposite, another person, in order to help you to become self-aware and to grow. Its energy field promotes self-awareness, groundedness, stability, and reflection. Um, we've been getting reflection a lot, and I know a lot of people have been reflecting on things, and I have been reflecting on things. I hear a lot of people saying that they're really reflecting and they're going through a little bit of their dark night of the soul. Number 3 indicates that now is a good time to take care of your soul families, both in this world and in others. Make contact and tell them that you love them and need them. They will hear you. You will find strength, healing, and answers among those closely connected to you. This number teaches you to look at everything, to become an observer, and wisdom will come. Number 3's energy field brings about diversity, creativity, energy, and overcoming of duality, and understanding and seeing the world of the divine. Um, yeah, there is a lot of things that I look at now that my perception was clouded years ago that I see a whole different thing now. I hope you brought your coffee or your sweet tea or your water, or coffee and cards. I was able to drink coffee today. It wasn't brutally hot. When it's brutally hot out, I can't do coffee. So we've got, yeah, we got the Seven of Fire, and I'm going to say something about this card. The other day, I seen actually, and I posted it on my Telegram. Use your voice. Your voice has a vibration, and if you're not using your voice, you're doing a disservice to the world because you're supposed to use your voice. Look at she's saying, use your voice. The throat chakra. That's what she's holding on to. Her third eye is covered. She's got her two felines and she's got the lotus flower. She's got the snake wrapped around her wrist. And she's got the source above her. So she's got the cats have the third eye. She's not using hers. The cats are using the intuition. So the Seven of Fire represents the development and use of one's intuition to see the way forward and predict possible outcomes. Intuition is that gut feeling. It is an instinct or unconscious knowing that when you need it, can keep you safe from making mistakes and lead you to being in the right place at the right time. It is a feeling of recognition that we often ignore, but if we choose to heed, can have us moving through life in harmonious accord with our surroundings. I don't think anything is an accident anymore. Say, you plan to leave at 1 o'clock and your friend calls and says, I'm not ready yet. It's probably going to be about 2:30. Unless it's like an appointment and it wasn't like a big deal, so you were going shopping or going to get coffee. Okay, I'll see you then. Because something might be nudging it to not be. And then all of a sudden, you hear that, okay, the bridge collapsed, like a bridge collapsed. You would have been on. So there's reasons. My mom always said that. If she would get a gut feeling, she'd be like, you're not going nowhere. I mean, literally, you are not going anywhere. It had nothing to do with anything else but her gut feeling. So I do use my gut feeling a lot. In actively using and then trusting your intuition on a regular basis, you may find you observe more, and in turn, you learn more. You start to see and take notice of signs and messages along the way. You take notice of those little inexplainable coincidences and moments that keep repeating. And if you heed them, can take you on an adventure of discovery, revealing not only the truth you seek, but also your reason for being. Using and heeding your intuition can lead you to opportunities and experience that offer the potential to both fulfill you and inspire others. However, to trust in one's intuition requires that you look within and determine what the message means to you personally. You can ask advice of another, you can seek guidance from another, but only you know the answer. Personal interpretations is key. Trust in the knowledge that is stored within your unconscious mind is key. Third parties can offer insight, but they see and understand life through eyes that have been shaped and influenced by their own experiences, not yours. Only you know what something means for you specifically. Only you know if something is right for you. The Seven of Fire represents a need to actively develop or trust in your intuition and instincts at this time. Look around you, observe, speak to the cards on a regular basis, and honor the truths revealed by going where your intentions lead you. We are co-creators with our creator. We have the intuition that will guide us the right way if we listen to it, if we learn how to listen to it, if we take time in meditation and learn how to clear our mind of the outside world, that will really help. We are not of the outside world. We live within it, but we are not of that outside, like this piece of paper, this book. We're not, this isn't part of, this is like just tangible stuff. We're not like that. We are real. We are real souls within an avatar. This only comes alive when you read it. If you don't read it, it just sits there. You make this book come alive. You make these cards come alive. It's your perception of it. I could show this card and read that, and everyone who is sitting here watching it might have a little bit of a different perception. You know, when I used to go to Bible school, they used to read the Bible. They used to, tell us all this stuff, and we understood a little bit of it, but not really a lot, because the words didn't make sense to us, but little bits of them did. I'm not going to get into it right now, but at the end, I have a couple amazing things to share, especially a channeled message that I got. It was just amazing. Okay, now that was the Dreams of Oracle, or Dreams of Gaia, excuse me, and that's the Oceanic Tarot that I clarify with. I do this all the time because this will get our reading going. This will give us a direction of what it is. Right now, I'm feeling voice and intuition on this card. So we're going to go from there. Now, we got the Knight of Swords with that one. And that's drama. The action-driven knight in the troublesome suit of swords brings a whirlwind of drama, confrontations, unexpected blocks, disruptions to plans, and in a relationship, insecurity and arguments. You have a fight on your hands, and there's little you can do to avoid the upheaval it brings. On the plus side, you'll know exactly with what and whom you are dealing with. Avoid being drawn into drama more than it is necessary. Try not to take this setback personally. It's their fight, not yours. I've pulled back a little bit on the drama that's going on in the world. I still pay attention because I don't like surprises and I want to know, but I have went more into the meditation and the resting and things like that right now because I needed it. I had to draw out of this. Now, we got the Faith card, and it's a number 24, which goes down to a 6. And if you look at this, this is a beautiful message. Belief in yourself does require a little effort and introspection. To increase self-belief, you need to know who you are and to consider why you lack confidence and self-belief in the first place. Are you uncertain and unsure of your path? Do you feel that all you do is not good enough? The faith card in the present position asks you to have faith. Believe you are good enough. In fact, you are not only good enough, but you are enough. We all are. Yes, we all can be more. We can all be better, but we are also enough. All that we strive to become is because we choose to be better, not because we are not good enough in the present. Faith in the present comes to tell you that you are not alone and that your dreams and aspirations are a wonderful thing. Trust in them. All will unfold as it is meant to. Trust in yourself. Those around you believe in you, so it is time for you to believe in yourself. Having a belief in a higher power or spiritual path can have great benefit. It is not about embracing religion, but embracing connection. Ooh, I love that. Because yeah, it is. Okay, you can go to church, you can go to religion, you can go to a spiritual retreat, but it's the connection. It's not so much what you absorb, it's the connection that you made. Yeah, it's embracing that connection. So if you're talking to our creator, okay, embrace that connection. If you're talking to your ancestors, embrace that connection. Whatever you want to talk to. Now, I have been saying that when they call like Thoth a god, Thoth was not a god, and Thoth did not want to be called a god. He was a teacher. So a lot of these things where you see gods and goddesses, they were teachers. They named them that to scare the crap out of people so they don't look into them because they don't want you to worship. They want you to be feared that you're worshiping other gods and you're listening to teachers and you're working on your mystery school. My little girl is barking at something, and I don't know what it is, so give me a second. Okay. Having a belief in a higher power or spiritual path can have great benefits. It is not about embracing religion, but embracing connection. Yeah, I really love that. Because that is what it is. Cultivate the belief that you are a part of something larger because you are. We are all connected, and simply awareness and celebration of that connection can be serenity. You are being watched over. You are worthy of happiness and abundance. Meet obstacles in your path. With a smile and confidence, you are strong enough to overcome them and continue forward. Yes, life is likely to offer you moments of heartbreak and pain. But if you have faith in yourself and the divine, you will move through those moments with more ease. Having faith brings serenity and the confidence to trust and to go with the flow. When you have faith, the choice is made with ease and clarity. There is no need to fight, control, and struggle because you trust in yourself to know that you are heading in the right direction. Have faith. I love that card. Yeah. When we connect to the mystery school and the earth school and our creator, when I learned that, I didn't need anybody's opinion about me. They can have all their opinions they want. I have the opinion about myself. I love myself. And I have to keep control of myself because there is so much bad energy going on right now. We have to draw it away from us. We have to draw our strength within. We just have to remember that you can't get it from outside. It's within us. Okay, now with the faith card, we got the 9, the hermit, contemplation. Now we're contemplating. Now we just thought about it and we should go within and we're contemplating. The hermit is the tarot wise man. His arms folded, he sits in seclusion from the world, content in his thoughts and the wisdom he has gained through his many experiences. He is happy within his inner self and protected in his own world. A thinker, the jellyfish around him are symbols of his enlightened mind. He travels inwardly, intellectually, or spiritually to find the answers he seeks, which gives him peace and understanding. Reflection and quiet time are important now. You may need to study, contemplate, or simply spend time alone to process all that has happened recently. This may be a welcome retreat, or you may feel lonely. Depending on your circumstances, however you experience the hermit's solitary influence, know that you are guided by your inner light. You won't get lost in your thoughts or be alone forever. An additional meaning of this card is distancing yourself from a certain relationship that may be overwhelming you. Try not to resist aloneness. It gives you time for contemplation and healing to find the answers you need and know yourself more deeply. Thought, retreat, travel, inner journeys, solitude, seclusion, and protection. Yeah, when you're filled with all kinds of stuff in your mind and you're just overwhelmed, walk away for a minute. Just walk away for 15, 20 minutes if you have. If you only have 15 or 20 minutes, just walk away. Close the door, lock it, say, leave me alone for a little while, and just go do that. It will help immensely. When you start going within and quit looking for your answers on the outside, ooh, things really happen. Seriously. What people say to you just kind of rolls off your shoulder. Now, we got the Nine of Water, but we got her reversed. She's upside down. But I call this the meditating kind of a praying woman. So this is a blockage. The Nine of Water appears reversed. It signifies a resistance or unwillingness to look at our emotional reactions and accept responsibility for them. Or it could indicate an unwillingness to look at the source of those emotional reactions. We may not want to see the truth. In this instance, we may truly argue with the old adage that ignorance is bliss. However, it is more than probable that we simply tell ourselves this because we are afraid of the pain, of dredging up old memories. Instead, the Nine of Water offers us an opportunity to acknowledge the truth. Embracing ignorance will keep us reliving the pain of the moment again and again until we make the choice to break the cycle by facing that of which we are most afraid. The Nine of Water reversed asks that you do not avoid what needs to be done because you will experience pain in the short term. The pain will pass and open you to a better, happier future. Yeah. Sometimes when we're going through all these painful things, it's an awakening moment. I know a lot. I felt when I went through the dark night of the soul, some of those old memories that came up, I cried for a while. But you know what? Thought about it. I looked at the different perspective of it at that time when I was looking at it younger and looking at it now. And it was like, really? Did I really worry about that much? So you got to remember that you got to look at everything like that. We got the Eight of Swords on that, and that's interesting how it was reversed. It's a blockage, and then you got restriction. Eight means change, and this eight sees you on the brink of that change as you realize the way you're being restricted by your circumstances at work, in a relationship or project. The card often shows a relationship is on lockdown because one of you is not free to make a commitment. An additional meaning is being bound by too much responsibility. Get practical and see that you are in control of your own future. Regardless of what others think, you can free yourself by being less tolerant of the demands of others. Yeah, separation, fear, burdens, lack of vision, being stuck, responsibilities, and change. Remember, when you are listening to someone else and you're acting like someone else wants you to act, you're not being you. You're not being you at all. My ring was beautiful. Excuse my fingernails. I haven't had time to do them. My ring was beautiful blue when I started. It turned pink when I got on, and now it's green. Pink is because I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Okay, now, 14, the King of Water. And, this is an amazing card. And I love getting this card because you know what this card is? This card is Safe Harbor in the Storm. It's calm, contemplation, insightful, fluid, balanced, protective, nurturing, jealousy, and possessiveness. If you are possessing somebody, it's not their choice anymore. It's all your choice. And that is not a good thing because your choice is very important too. Be careful with this. Let go of the gender bias. Strength born of adaptability. Be present in your relationship. A need for excitement. Marry critical thinking and emotional logic. Allow your feelings to guide a decision. Address a cause of jealousy. Jealousy, I used to be jealous. Years ago, boy, I was jealous. So was my husband. My husband still is a little jealous. But that's ridiculous because if you are jealous, okay, and if your husband or wife are schmoozing someone else, you can't control them to love you. And you're looking on the outside world for all your answers, your partner. And if you look inside of yourself and look at the perception, stand back and really look at it, you don't love yourself enough. If you need somebody that's cheating on you or doing disrespectful things to you or controlling you, then you don't love yourself yet. You don't love yourself and trust yourself enough to walk away or to change it one way or the other. And that's what this Safe Harbor in the Storm. The King of Water represents a strong man who is calm and protective, like a safe harbor in the storm. He is a nurturing, caring father who embraces no gender-specific role. He is willing to be both mother and father, nurturer and protector, homemaker and provider. As a partner, he is loving and supportive and gentle, but passionate and sensual lover, and someone who is not afraid to explore and experiment. He is both sensitive and thoughtful, but never weak or soft. He exudes strength. He is who he is because he chooses to be present and caring, adaptable, and fluid. He loves to use his sense because to do so is to elicit an emotional response, and he is willing to look within and explore these emotions to increase his understanding. He is a person who has successfully married critical thinking with emotional logic. The process of using one's emotion and feelings in a logical manner to become more knowledgeable and aware, and uses this to his advantage. He is aware that all decisions making has an emotional element and that no decision can be balanced without emotions and feelings being taken into account. He has learned from his emotions and uses that knowledge in a proactive and constructive manner. Are you considering your feelings in your decision-making process? Now is the time to do so. The King of Water is multifaceted in meaning. He symbolizes an approaching time of peace and calm where you will have time and space to simply be and grow. He also represents a need to let go of emotion-based gender bias and to embrace the awareness that this archaic paradigm belongs to the past. A man can be just as sensitive and vulnerable, nurturing and supportive as any woman. A woman can be just as closed off and insensitive as a man. Both can be communicative with regards to their feelings, and both can be uncommunicative. Both sexes have the same qualities. How emotional, open, or closed a person is has nothing to do with the gender and everything to do with the individual and their journey. We have been conditioned to believe that men and women are emotionally different when they are, in truth, the same. As with the other court cards, the King of Water also represents a person in your life who embodies the traits of the king. If you are in need of his counsel or safe harbor, seek him out at this time. Yeah. If you are looking for your partner for all your answers, you're not going within and you're trusting the outside world. You're not being yourself. Now we got the Page of Pentacles, and that's opportunity with the safe harbor. Yeah. The page brings good news about finances, work, and education. While the page does not represent this money alone, he brings you hope that your wish will be granted. An additional meaning of the page is a pending job offer, or if you are trying to sell a property or move, that this will happen soon, providing you pay attention to the paperwork. Look out for offers regarding property and work. There's good opportunity on the horizon, but be diligent. Check all the contracts carefully. Money, messages, communication, work, luck, confidence, and optimism. That's a great card. This has been a great reading because we really need to go within more. Now, we got the Seven of Earth and it was reversed. There's blockages here also. It is often easy to become focused on one aspect of our lives to the exclusion of all else. This can result in a real disconnect from the world and life that goes on around us. We are all part of the world, and yet most of us spend 90% of our time indoors, secluded and closed off to both nature and real physical interaction. Are you missing out? Has your world become a very insular place consisting of home and office? Do you know, not know, do you now do the majority of your socializing and human interaction via phone or computer? When was the last time you were out in the world connecting with others in a tangible manner without looking at your latest piece of tech every 5 minutes? The reverse Seven of Earth signifies a need to step away from technology and reconnect with family and the community at large in a mindful and present manner. Yeah, we all get lost in the computer. I have to walk away from this most of the time anymore. Now we did get the Six of Swords, and that's calm. It's time to glide into more peaceful, calmer waters. So this is a reassuring card. If you have suffered upheaval, conflict, or uncertainty recently, the Six also predicts physical journeys over water and in general sees you moving in positive ways. New work may also be on the horizon. An additional meaning is protection in that you prioritize what's important to you and leave behind the people or situations that no longer serve you. Go with the flow of life. There's no need to resist change. Yeah. Recently, I almost gave up pretty much Facebook. I put it over into my husband's name. I really don't get on Facebook too much. I watch videos, I get on Marketplace once in a while, but I used to think Facebook was a place to connect and keep in connection with your friends, but as I see it, it's just jokes. It's just bad comments. It's just a place to basically verbalize baloney. I thought sharing pictures and keeping in touch with families and this and that, it isn't that. People are so engrossed in jokes and political and baloney that it's just, I'm not interested anymore. I have better fish to fry. I have better things to do. So I just turned it over to my husband. I still have all my friends on there and that I never really contacted in the first place. They don't contact me. I really don't contact them. I went into myself more because I don't need anybody's, unless I still talk to a friend all the time. I still have friends. I mean, I still go out, I still do things. But the old friends, they're just old acquaintances anymore. We don't connect with them anymore. We don't have anything in common with them. So I just look at it that way. I think people are in our life for a reason for a while and then they're gone. 22. Master number, honor your grief, my lost love. Losing a loved one or a part of yourself on your future will fundamentally change you, but eventually there will be healing, rebirth, and hope for a way forward. This reading is going towards someone change for someone else, for the world around them. They're not themselves and they need to be real. It's time for real love, for loving you. You have to love you before you let anybody else love you. I realize that. If you don't love yourself, then you'll let that other person torment you and tell you how you are. And that's not a good way to be. It looks like she's looking at her past, and she's looking at something she lost, and it looks like herself. Yeah, it looks like she's looking at herself. And it is a good this is telling us not of grief and loss of someone, but it's telling us of grief and loss of ourselves. Grief is heartbreaking and all consuming. It can feel as though it will choke you, drown you, or burn you to ashes. The sorrow is intense, personal, and can seem as though it will never end. Grief never ends, but it will change. Over time, it will become a place where you go, but can return from. You don't get over the pain of grief, and you probably don't want to, but you can grow a new life, a new self around what is left, around the loss. Grief is the piece of deep and immense love. And so the anguish is worth it because it shows just how strong and precious the love was, how deeply you loved and were loved. And the memory of that love will help you to survive the pain of its loss. The raw and jagged wound of grief will start to heal with time, but the scars will remain. And that's a good thing. They are a badge of belonging, an honor of what you felt and did and become. Your loss will be a part of who you are, and so the person you lost will always be with you. When you draw this card, it's a message to be aware of something you're grieving. Perhaps it's the anniversary of the death of someone close to you, or their loss is hitting you particularly hard today. Maybe a relationship has ended, or you've realized that something you desperately want will never come to pass. An opportunity may be lost, or your faith in something or someone may have been destroyed. This card is also a gentle reminder to reach out to others when you are suffering loss, change, pain, or loneliness. There are people who want to help you, but many don't know what to say or how to approach you. Tell them what you need, ask for support, suggest some practical ways they can contribute. Allow them to share your burden, learn on them, lean on them, and offer your own compassion to others. It can be difficult to know how to act around someone who's grieving. Some people withdraw altogether because they feel inadequate or are scared they'll say or do the wrong thing. But disappearing in the face of someone's pain and doing nothing is worse than any clumsy effort. If you're not sure what to do around someone who's suffering, reach out to them and ask. Sometimes you just having someone to sit with in silence is enough. Just be rather than do. After losing someone or something, life will continue, but it's a new life, a different life, an existence informed and shaped by what you no longer have. Mourn your loss, rage and ache at the injustice of it. Then allow time to soften the pain and teach you how to live with it. Know that your beautiful memories of your loved one will keep them alive for you. They are gone from your physical world, but will reside in your heart, woven into the fabric of your being by all the treasured moments you shared. Joyful recall how much a part of your life they were and how deeply they influenced you. Those we love changed us in a big ways and small, and you'll live on in the person you became because of them. No matter who else you love and what else you became, the people you cherish will always be a part of you. It's sorrowful yet beautiful aspect of being human. With grief, there is no quick relief, no instant spell of healing or forgetting. It's a process. Everything goes through and it never completely ends. The pain will be with you forever. Losing someone or some part of yourself or you plan future is heartbreaking. You will feel tender and vulnerable, sad and raw. Yet when your heart breaks, it breaks open. And in time, the light will make its way in through the cracks. In this broken place, you'll find strength. Eventually, you will start to feel the beauty surrounding you again, and you will tentatively open up to the love that still exists in your life and the hope that is both your birthright and such a precious part of living in the big, beautiful world amongst its swirling sea of humanity. Yeah, grief is really hard, but you do get beyond it. You don't ever really get over it because you miss them. But remember the beautiful parts of them, not the bad parts, because the bad parts will only haunt you. The beautiful parts will stay with you in that beautiful way. So, yes, that was a great message for us. Now, the Soul Helper Oracle, we got a number 23, and I just love this card. And I really think that this is to release the inner rebel, be yourself, and create your own universe. I really feel that this reading, I know it is. I just heard this is a reading for someone to step out of the box and be themselves because someone is walking around being who everybody wants them to be. The heart of a rebel beats within us all. We understand Lilith and her urge for self-determination and freedom because we have already felt this impulse, and at this moment you feel it strongly too. If you are not familiar with the story of Lilith, here is a brief outline. God originally created Adam and gave him a wife as a companion, according to the Talmud. This first wife was called Lilith, and she was of equal birth, self-confident, proud, and a free woman. She refused to serve Adam and wanted to be in a dominant position when they made love, which displeased Adam. He wanted to dominate her, and an argument ensued. Lilith spoke the secret name of the Lord, which resonated full of magic, and parted from Adam, leaving him as a free and self-determined woman. It is said that she had many children, but lost them as a punishment for her disobedience and individualism. Lilith wanted to be free. She was not meant for a small world. You have drawn this card because you too need more space and freedom for yourself. Emerge from your constraining cocoon. You are a child of Lilith. All witches and shamans and healers, all wise men and women, all those to whom knowledge is given have a spiritual connection to Lilith. Who wants to oppress you? Who wants to take your place? Who is crossing boundaries? Rebuke them, but clearly and with love. Since people are sometimes unaware of their incorrect behavior, follow the path of your soul, the path of freedom, and pay no attention to the complaints and criticism of others. They do not know what you can create, your own universe. Your helpers for the next 21 days, the power animal is the condor, the herbal essence is jasmine, the healing crystal is emerald, and the number is 5. Emerald. Emerald green. It stays green a lot when I'm doing this reading, which I think is interesting because, that is the emerald tablet color. And pink. It turns pink a lot, which is love, and it doesn't do that a lot of times. Okay, the number 5 tells you that you have a deep connection with the divine source and that nothing can prevent wisdom from finding you. Its way to you. Your current priorities are fidelity, reliability, and loyalty. Focus on them and concentrate on healing them in both the world outside and your inner world. Yeah, we got to go within more. Number 5 brings protection, giving you the freedom to act more boldly. Its energy field is centering, bringing the strength that always recognizes and recreates itself at the end of a soul path, along with meditation, belief, and insight. Yeah, she's got butterflies around her. She's got morning glories. She's in nature, and she's confident. There's a lot of problems I have with the Bible because it was written by man, and they wanted to suppress women and children, especially women. And I don't believe the story of God took a rib from Adam and made woman. I think that was to suppress woman and feel that she was obligated to man. I believe the story of Lilith more, but I don't think she was crucified and couldn't have kids. She couldn't have kids because she went against them, blah, 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 because that doesn't happen. There's a lot of fictitious stuff. And when I read it, I can feel that something isn't right. And that's another way, even in oracles. That's another way to suppress the female. She dominated Adam and she went her own way to be a free woman and she never had kids. That's a scare tactic. I don't believe that. I believe she lived her life and she did what she wanted to do. I'm telling you, these scare tactics and these things that they tell women and children to scare the crap out of them is absolutely, totally ridiculous. Now, we got the first card we got was the Fox, observe and silence. And I'll tell you, when I observed for like the first 3 years, I learned a lot. I observed and I really learned a lot. Now is not the time to be the life of the party, nor to step forward into the role of leader or teacher. Be cautious. It may not be wise to draw attention to yourself or to reveal your plans to others as this time. Instead, be silent, step back, be still, watch those around you, and be mindful of what you see, hear, and feel. Trust in your instinct and intuition and let them guide your steps. Yeah, intuition, and we really need to do that right now. Reveal your truth. This whole reading is all about who you are. Who are you? Who are you? Yeah, who are you? Is someone telling you how to be? Are you letting someone tell you who you are? Then you're not you anymore, you're them. You're a part of them. Get rid of them. I mean, get rid of them out of you. Go within and become you, not them. You weren't created to be them, or your name would be theirs. You'd be Blinky and Blinky. When you were born, your soul shone bright. As you grew, you were taught of right and wrong. You were taught how to think, how to live, how to believe in a way that makes you fearful to say no. To disagree is to risk alienation from family and society. And so you hide your true thoughts and feelings behind a mask. That mask hides your light. Cast it aside, embrace and live your truth, and let your soul shine once more. Yes. This whole reading, everybody needs to listen to this. If you have somebody telling you who you are, who you need to be, how you need to act. I went over to some neighbors the other night. My husband's walking behind me and he's like, make sure you say we're here. I'm like, are you telling me how to respond? I wouldn't do that. I always say, hey, we're here. I don't need you in the background telling me how to respond. That tripped my trigger a little bit, and I told him, don't tell me how to respond to anything. If you want to go ahead of me and respond how you want to respond, all power to you. I have no problem, but don't tell me how to respond. Don't tell me how to talk on the phone, how to walk in a house, how to respond, and how to be. I have a habit of doing that too, and I'm trying to catch myself. Let me tell you, the worst thing you can ever do is critique yourself. It's so easy. I was just talking about this with friends the other night. It's so easy to look at people and see where their flaws are in your perception, okay? But it's really hard to reflect on yourself and see how your flaws are because it is your perception. So you got to work on yourself. You can't work on anybody else. You have to work on yourself. They have to work on themselves. It's choice. Because embrace the dark. And I think this is interesting because she reminds me of the crone. And it's embrace self. And she's looking at her shadow side, but she's got like an angel with golden wings over here and a little angel over here with golden wings. So she's looking at her shadow side. These are her looking at her shadow side. You have been taught that all is either good or evil, negative or positive, that good gives rise to good and bad gives rise to bad. It is wrong to have feelings of anger, dislike, or fear, as these emotions are born of our shadow self. This is not truth. Everything happens for a reason. Love can give rise to destruction, and hate can inspire acts of genuine love. The lessons offered by our shadow often teach us the most. Know your shadow self. Love it. Without the darkness, the stars cannot be seen. I like that because that's true. We have to see the darkness to see the light. Seriously, we really do. Okay. My doggies are all on nap time. I had to get something cold to drink. I had to take a break. Okay, now we got the magic. We have the Angels and Ancestors Oracle Guide, and the one I just read from the Embrace the Dark is the Messenger Oracle. Now, Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within, within, within. That is the message today. Stop looking outside yourself and recognize that you have incredible power within. Magic, with a K, is the energy of the universe that allows you to manifest and create through the direction and power of your will. It changes according to your frequency. The Magic Guardian is a representative of the angel of magic who helps you direct your will to bring something into creation. She is the angel who swirls around shamans and wise ones when they are calling on the energy of magic to help them manifest something that will be healing and supportive of their path. She is the angel of all magic that is directed for the highest good of whoever is working with it. You are the magic. You are the answer. You have it all within you. If you've been searching for an answer or a reason to focus, recognize that all that you are looking for is already within you. You are a powerful and magical person with the capacity to direct your intentions and will your desires into being. But your power can only be powerful when you own it. So take time to acknowledge it. Your ability to dedicate yourself to a goal and make it happen is a real gift that you are being guided to recognize now. Yeah. I knew this was all about going within because I'm feeling that like I keep saying, someone's following somebody else. People are telling them how to be, how to do, how they need to think. And we keep getting reflection because we got the mirror guardian, take time to reflect. We have to reflect on ourselves seriously. If we are trying to critique someone else, we're doing the wrong thing. Take time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. Angels accept you just the way you are, even when you are going through a challenging time. They still hold you in the highest esteem. The mirror guardian, a female angel looking into the mirror of life, invites you to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as angels do. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within, and the mirror guardian helps you recognize that. When this card appears, you are being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. I love this reading because I really think we all needed this, and I think somebody really needed this. Now we got the Gateway of Light activation, and we got the Central Sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. Yes. Our sun is the center of our solar system. Solar being is key word. You know, that's interesting because we are getting the solar eclipse on the 8th that they're all freaking out and talking about. And we got the central sun. So that's interesting. Solar being the word, all the planets orbit it. We use this journey to measure time, space, and even our birthday. The sun helps us connect with our journey and see how far we've come. It is just far enough away to create the perfect conditions for Earth to become abundant with life. And it's gonna. In ancient Greece, the sun was known as Helios. In ancient Egypt, it was Ra. Worldwide, the ancients knew the importance of the sun. The earliest sky gazers worshipped it. We should never worship anything like that. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Because daily it would disappear over the horizon, leaving the darkness and mysteries of night. It was clear that it had governance over life and light. So we learned early on that the sun was indeed for use to survive and thrive. The sun is therefore a vital energetic vortex in the physical realm, but on a spiritual level, it is a portal of divine light that we connect with through the inner universe. It's a spirit gateway representing the center of the multiverse, a sacred energetic portal that eradicates infinite inspirational light. The great central sun is shining brightly in your life and upon your world. This is a time to regenerate. Tiredness and old energies are being washed away. Old skins have peeled off to reveal a sacred and more aligned you. This is an exciting time. Central sun energy is magnetic and all powerful, opening you up to light and support you as you express your own light in this lifetime. New ideas, opportunities, and experiences come easily to you at this time. Like the sun kissing the perfectly ripe soil, the seeds you have planted are being encouraged to grow. Realize that in order to go beyond your horizon, it's important for you to welcome energetic exchanges. When you help others, you let yourself be helped in return. When you invest energy in projects, you let energy be invested in yourself. Everything is pointing to self. Now, we got 2 cards in the Divine Master. We got Mary Magdalene, Sacred Vessel. You are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. You are the answer. You are the answer. You are the answer. Tesla always believed you say it 3 times, people will catch it. Not that I'm repeating myself, but I believe in Tesla because I knock on the cards 3 times. So sometimes when somebody says something more than just once, it gets into within the message that needs to be. Mary Magdalene was one of the original followers of Jesus Christ. It has been recorded that she had the first vision of the risen Christ when she went to his tomb on Easter morning, and it was through this vision that he revealed to her his sacred teachings and initiated her as a teacher. She was the apostle. Yeah, that's why she was sitting at the apostles' table. The religious people don't believe that. And it is therefore, and I also heard Jesus was married to Mary Magdalene, and the religious people don't believe that. They believe she was a whore, and then she became real. And she may have been forced. So I think their perception is a little clouded, and they need to realize that it might not be the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And it is therefore through her that a pivotal aspect of original teachings of Christ have reached the world. Mary was a highly sensitive clairvoyant, and it has been speculated that she was the partner, wife, divine consort of Jesus. If Jesus was the vehicle of Christ energy, Mary was the vehicle for the Magdalene and a powerful feminine force that rendered all beings equal and helps the world see that the voice of the feminine are not only important, but the sacred force that can save the world from ruin. You know, they suppressed the women's voices. They've taught in the religious sector all these women were harlots, and then they seen the light. So that's what they depict the women as. And I think that's an abomination. Abomination, because you know what? God made us equal. The Creator made us equal. Whether they want to believe it or not. If they want to march to these men's directions, then that's up to them. But if they want to be original and be themselves, they need to go within, not in a book. You can learn a lot in a book, but you're not going to learn as much until you go within. And the Creator will talk to you within. You are the answer you seek. You hold the treasure, the magic, and the mystery right now. You are being encouraged to recognize that you are a valuable part of the universal plan. If you have a strong desire to share what you have learned, it's time to do so. This can be scary and sometimes overwhelming because putting yourself out there can leave you open to scrutiny. But if you are comfortable with your gifts and teachings, you hold a sacred energy that allows others to see you clearly. The light of the Magdalene is surrounding you now and encouraging you to recognize that the healing you have experienced is actually what you are here to teach. Take some time to reflect on what you have overcome and see that this experience can help you, can help many. Your personal testimony can move others and even mountains. Lean on your Creator and know that you are being called to be a vessel for the sacred. 100%. This is a deep reading. Wow. I know why I needed to take a couple days off because this is really hitting home. Ooh, I'm thinking with a lot of us today, and especially when I have what I have to say. We got El Moria, spiritual force field, protective light is surrounding you. You are safe. And we got the safe harbor. So that is interesting. El Moria, or simply Moria, is a name that was used to protect the identity of Rinbar Singh, a spiritual, aware, and connected Siska man who was born in a powerful family that ruled Kashmir in the Indian subcontinent in the 19th century and is said to have intervened both spiritually and physically to stop the British invasion of the reign in 1845. This wise soul is now able to help us block and remove any energies that is coming to us that is not serving our connection to God. This wise spiritual guide works closely with the angelic realm and can help us understand if something or someone is aligned to goodness and truth or not. He helps us connect to our inner teachings, the part of ourselves that have never left the heart of Source. A powerful spiritual force field of light is surrounding you at this time. It's important to let go of any dramas or energies that aren't serving you. Remove yourself from situations that are heavy or draining. Retreat from harsh people and places so that you can feel safe and connected with what is important to you and will lead you to the ascent of your soul. You are being guided to remember that there is a powerful light within you that has the ability to teach you many lessons. In order to connect with this light, it's important to be able to let down your defenses, and Moria and angels of light are here to help you determine who in your world has your best interest at heart and who has ulterior motives. Trust in what you know, what you feel, and the most important, what is being revealed to you now. That is a great, great, great message. Now, the last one, this is the fun one. This is the Human Spirit Oracle. I really liked this when it came out. I didn't read it because I want to read it with you guys. But remember, we got a 22, which is a master number. We got a 44, which is a master number. And this is Manifest Your Miracle. And I forgot to talk about the manifestation again. I forget it all the time. You guys should remember it. But I'll talk about it again. We're playing a game. When you come in, I want you to think of something significantly you want to manifest. Make it, we have somebody that's manifesting their wildest dreams, and I love that. If you're ready for that, do it. Whatever you feel called to manifest, manifest. we've been manifesting little things like a waffle maker. There was something else. I mean, there was all kinds of stuff that we've been manifesting that has come to pass. So I want you to go out and I want you to hit the magic manifestation button. It's the like button. That's what we're calling it. And when you do that during the reading or wherever, whatever you're doing, I want you to take time and think about it. And I want you to hit the likey button. That's telling me you're playing with your inner child and you're manifesting. And I want you to go off and manifest. Now, come back in the comments and let us know how long it took, what it was, if you want to. If you don't, that's fine with us. But at least do, if you don't want to do the like button, go in the comment, put a thumbs up, manifest it. That'll make me feel better. That way I can tell how many people are actually playing with their inner child and manifesting, because we are all part of that. Now, let's read it. Dandelions, wishbones, four-leaf clovers. Oh my, manifesting has always been a part of your life. Along the way, we can find these practices childish, naive, or taboo, but why? What changed your perspective about manifesting your miracles? This next bit is something we believe so strong in. We as humans are energy. We're giving off a specific frequency, and that is the hum. That is manifesting and bringing to life what we radiate. So set your intentions and truly believe that it is yours and it is coming to you. You deserve to live the life you want. Take this card as a sign that you are worthy. Step into your power and manifest your miracle. If you are a visual person, then take time to create a vision board. The sky's the limit. Yeah, the sky is the limit. Look at, she's got the beautiful golden stars. She's got the light around her. She's all white. She's a beautiful message. And we have it within us. We just got to find it. Now, I got to move all of these because I got to get my dream journal, my channeled messages. Now, you know, in my dream journal a while back, a long time ago, a couple years ago, I had a dream about Daniel. Well, I thought Daniel was like maybe Daniel is like my spirit guide or something like that. No, Daniel in the Bible was the dreamer. God came to him in dreams. I'm a dreamer. All these messages that I'm getting are from the Creator or ancestors or my spirit guide, my higher self. They could be from anything, but they are the right ones if you listen from within. So it was so interesting the other day when I brought up that word about that Bible verse. Let me see if I can find it. I had never heard the Bible verse. It started with a Z, Zenahai or something. And I went and looked it up. And it was really interesting. Now I can't find it. I had it marked. Zephaniah. And I went and looked, and it was 3:17, which 3 is divine and 17 is cue the card. So I started getting interested in that to see what the message was. So I went into YouTube and I typed in that. Well, I found this from 7 years ago, which is a good number. It was a Bible project, and it was a cartoon. I'm thinking, you know, with my dyslexia, I can watch things and grasp it better than I can reading it out of the Bible. So I went in and watched it. Oh my goodness. I watched Daniel. Oh my goodness. It made it like it came out to me so easy. And it was only like, I don't know, 7 minutes long or something. But Daniel was the dreamer that God came to. So then I went to a couple other ones. I went to Daniel. I went to Zephaniah, and Zephaniah, really interesting. And then I went to Revelations, because everybody, you know, nobody ever understands Revelations other than it's the end of the world and blah, 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 blah. Well, it's not the end of the world. It's the end of their world. You know, Melissa Redpill keeps saying that. She studied the Bible backwards and forwards, Revelations. And I do listen to religious people because there's some things that, you know, you perceive different. And, you know, our Creator wants us to listen to books, but he wants us to take it inside and decipher what's true and what's false, because there is There is falsehood in there. So I went in and I watched, it was like 2 parts of Revelations. It was like 11 minutes long. And I watched it and I watched it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no way. You know how they say that God will come back in the clouds and it will be heaven on earth? He will bring, yeah, well, it is going to be heaven on earth, but it also talks about God comes down and lives among us and we create heaven on earth. Okay. And uh it was crazy. Okay. And then they live for 1,000 years of peace and I'm like, and miracles happen and healing happens. And I'm like, are you serious? So I started after I had, before I watched those, okay, I started channeling stuff. And on 3/26 at 2:45 p.m., I channeled a message and I wrote it down. Everyone who is and was real on this earth will be back on this planet. We will have sonic healing, energy, frequency, light, and sound. Live for thousands of years in this planetary dimension called Earth, free. And I got free in quotes with little stars around it. And then I've got the Bible verse that I don't read before I write it down. So I read it afterwards. And it says, this is real love. Not that we love God, but that he loved us and sent his son as a sacrifice to take away our sins. 1 John 4:10. So there's a lot going on out there, and I will explain more another day. I've got to get going. But I love everybody, and may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you.